Welcome to the show, guys. This is episode number 18 of Higher Frequencies, called Hell. Ooh. We done an episode on God and my thoughts and insight on what God is. And so tonight's episode we're going to talk about what hell is. So what is hell? Well, to be honest, most people are living in hell. There's a little magic if you've seen the episode called God, and the magic is you, because you are God. And so that lack of knowledge of you being God and the powers that you possess to manifest and to create your reality, this thing we call life, this hologram, or whatever we would like to call it. Hologram is a good one. So the lack of knowledge and the disconnection of the God that you are puts you in a predicament where you are creating the reality that you really don't want, because you don't realize that you're you don't realize that you're the creator of your reality, and it's not your fault. To play the game, you have to forget. And the old paradigm has been totally different. I guess the one thing that they've kind of got right is the one quote unquote God. I don't really prefer the term, or I like the one source frequency, creative consciousness, universal consciousness. It's unity. It's a one. It is that we are all one. We are all that expression of that one prime creator, or center light, love light. Like I said, God is everywhere. The expression of God is you. The expression of God is everything that you see, you feel, your experience of life. The plasma around me here is God. The flowers, that if you've seen that, that's God. And so we will go to the to the opposite end of the spectrum of what we would call hell, I guess, per se, or Satan. I guess we go with, so hell is being all powerful and master manifestors, and falling into a paradigm of belief systems that sends you down the wrong path of finding the light within that you are, the duplication of the one source frequency that you are, which is a loving expression. And so just a reference, being raised as a Christian, they teach that you are born imperfect. You're born a sinner, and you can only be cleansed, if you're baptized and recite the Lord's Prayer and accept Jesus in your heart. And so thinking that will send you down the path of hell pretty quick, especially whenever you get to the extremes of this is your only existence, and if you don't take that path, then you will burn in hell for life, which is like a lake of fire, or or a fire pit where you're tortured. There's plenty of doom and gloom explanations of hell. And so, that is fucking hell, to think that this is all that you are, and your choices is going to put you here nor there when this expression ceased to exist. That is hell. That's fucked up shit. What's really fucked up shit about that is to teach your fucking kids that shit. To tell your kid that they are fucking imperfect and they were born in sin and that they will burn in hell for doing bad things. That's fucking child abuse, yo. That's exactly what that is. And there's a lot more extremes of belief systems that's been taught throughout the ages. That's just one that kind of hits home. Being raised as a Christian and being told these things. I remember being a little kid, probably about 11 years old, 12 years old, crying my eyes out at the altar of a church, of a Baptist church, thinking my mom or dad were gonna burn in hell because of their life choices. And motherfuckers, that's hell. Damn, that's fucking hell. That's some fucked up shit, and that's hell. And so, just the simple fact to think that you are disconnected from God, or that you'll be punished for experiencing the ultimate experience of super forgetfulness of the perfectness that you are is just fucking insane. And so hell is the last few thousand years the earth has been through. So we've already lived through hell, guys. Congratulations. We're here to fucking build heaven on earth by simply acknowledging the things that I'm talking about right now. Shedding off these disgusting belief systems of the old paradigm. There's a lot of truths in all the religions to piece together the grand puzzle of creation, which is pretty damn simple if you ask me. There's the one source frequency, which is love, and you're a duplication of that, and everything you see is an expression of that. The whole point in essence of the duplication of the one source frequency is just to experience the beauty of its multiple expressions, such as people and plants and planets and magic and just every fucking thing. And the lack of knowledge thereof is hell. And so realize that you're all quote unquote God. You are all that one source frequency. And it's just a high vibrating love frequency. And it only knows love. And anything other than that has been created by us. The same creator that created us. Which we done it on accident because we were just babes in the journey. So, you know, it's after 2012 now. It's time to take our training wheels off and get rid of all of the everything you've ever been taught. Just plain and simple. Whatever you thought, forget that shit. Political, religious, all of it. Just forget that fucking shit and seek the light within yourself, and you will find all the answers that you need. You will find heaven within inside of yourself. And hell is the disconnection of the light which you contain. Because your thoughts create this reality. So it's the messy little snowball effect of your thoughts perpetuating reality, or creating the hologram. And so there's like a trifecta there. You got your thoughts, and then you have your spells, which are your words, and then you have your actions, and all of these add momentum to matter. All of these manipulate the frequencies, because you're kind of you're a receiver and a transmitter of frequency. You have your own frequency that you produce, and then you receive frequencies from your environment around you. People, objects, and things that you can't see, which you could label them as dimensional per se, or whatever. But these are all labels. These are all looking at things with the old belief systems, because, as Christopher Timms would say, this can't be taught. It can only be experienced. And so the light, you have to experience the all that you are by seeking truth within inside yourself. And so part of the belief system is language, and so therefore you cannot explain it with words. You can kind of scratch the surface with words and geometry. Barely can scratch the surface. And so it has to be experienced. And then the experience is no words. It's feelings of frequencies and geometry and lights and orbs and all kinds of beautiful shit. But there's all kinds of beautiful shit around you all the time. So hell is not noticing the beauty that's around you, not noticing the beauty that's inside yourself. The beauty it is to take every single breath. So gratitude, the lack of gratitude, will keep you in perpetual hell. So your thought process from belief systems which you've been told or heard, there you will you will manipulate this hologram called life with your lack of knowledge of the power of the light that you contain. And so if you think it, then it's going to come true. You know, your words are so more powerful than you could ever imagine. And then your thoughts are insanely more powerful than you could ever thought. Science has proven this now. You so quantum you can't even quantumly fathom it. Your words, not even your words. You can put an intention, which is just your thought, on water and freeze it, and it will change the crystalline structure of the flake. Scientifically proven. You can look it up. I can't remember the doctor's name. He's an Asian doctor. The very first episode, called Sorry for the Good News, has an image of a few different water molecules under a microscope that were frozen, and you know, words like intentions like peace and love made so beautiful crystals, crystal flakes, beautiful geometric patterns. And then negative intentions was just a muck. It was a mess. And come on, that is some powerful shit, yo. I mean, I don't know how else to break it down on how powerful your thoughts are. If you can fucking manipulate water with your intention, your body is 70 to 90% fucking water. So your thought is continually manipulating your water light container, because that's all this thing is a light container, because you are a light frequency, a love light frequency, which is a duplication of the one source frequency, which you may call God. You may call it whatever you want. But in essence, it's what's inside of you. And so there's no need to call it anything. Just try to experience it, and you can escape hell. Because hell is a mind frame. Bob Marley taught me at a very young age that heaven was here on earth. And I'm very thankful for Bob Marley and his beautiful frequencies that he spread all across the world to influence people who've come here now and to the present to build the heaven on earth that his beautiful frequencies was letting us know that heaven was here on earth and we could attain it. All we had to do then was know what life was worth, and we could find it here on earth. That's some fucking beautiful, heartfelt shit right there. The best part about it is, guys, is we're here to experience and create that shit. That is what's fucking awesome. And so it's time for everybody to get out of the hell of their own mind, and it's time for us to lift one another out of hell. So have compassion for everybody. try not to judge other people for their actions, for not knowing or being disconnected from their frequency. Everybody's at their own point in the journey. But you can help them a great deal just by sending your intention to their light container, which is water. Then you can send your words along with your intentions and amplify that. And then you can add action on top of it, of love and compassion. And you can change somebody's life. And once we all grab a hold of that one source frequency and start loving our neighbors, our global neighbors across the globe, across the galaxy, then everybody will see how beautiful heaven is, because we will start to attain it within inside ourselves, and we will start to manipulate the hologram into that beautiful paradise that we're going to create. We've been here many times to try to get this far, and we finally made it. But it's just begun the building of the creation of the new frequency for the new hologram. So, hell is what we've all been through. Not knowing who we were, seeing disconnection every time you turn around, disconnection being poured into you, disconnection frequencies thrown at you, disconnection images, disconnection belief systems, every single fucking bit of it. It's been perpetuated towards you. So, yeah, that's where we were. But past 100 years, the energy's been changing, the frequency's been rising. People, entities, old souls, new frequencies, higher frequencies have came and left their message or their frequency, their beautiful creation, where there's music, art, psychedelia, all kinds of things. There's ancient wisdom that's been kept just so we could make it as far as we have, so we could raise our own vibration and our own frequency as the earth raises its vibration and frequency, so we can become the one source frequencies that we are, the expressions of God that we are, and stop living in hell, thinking that we need to seek with outside of ourselves and people or substances or addictions or food, or seeking anything without to find happiness or to find God. Learning that there is no separation will save you from hell. Learning there is no separation between you and that one source frequency, that love light, God, prime creator, universal consciousness. There is no separation. You can't be taught that. You can only experience that. And so everybody is getting shook up these days because the experience is changing. Everybody understands that they're living in hell, even though they're not calling it hell or realizing that it's hell, because they don't realize what hell is. Their belief system hasn't taught them what hell is. The belief system taught them hell was a fiery place where you would spend eternity being tortured, but you would never melt. You'd be thirsty and you would never get water. That's pretty fucking scary shit. I'm a grown-ass man, and that's fucking scary. You think it's not fucking real? Lo and behold, hell was thinking that existed. The very people that teach that you will go to hell are spreading hell. What an oxymoron, right? So, teaching hell is perpetuating hell. Trying to teach your kid that they are imperfect is instill in them a life of hell until they can realize that they are that one source frequency. So, any of those out there who teach or think these way, seek that light within inside yourself. Think about some of the things Jesus said. Jesus never said he was God. He was a Christian. He was Gnostic. He was saying the exact same shit I am in a different way. He said that I am the living light and the living word made flesh. I try to say that a couple times a day, because guess what? I am the living light and the living word made flesh. I am love light. I am you. I am an expression of God. You are an expression of God. I am a reflection of you, just trying to remind you of who you are. So, redeem yourself from hell and realize who you are. Because you are beautiful. You are the most magnificent expression of God. You hold all the power of creation. And it's all inside of you. but you just have to experience it. So we all have habits of living in our past experiences. We all have habits of worrying about the future. These are all ways we make ourselves live in hell. You know, if you're living in the past, you're more than likely depressed, and if you're worried about the future, then you're more likely anxious and have anxiety. Which either or can be vice versa. You can have anxiety from the past, and you can have depression from the past, and you can have depression of the future also. We're always, our belief system and our society has always taught us to live beyond who we are, meaning to live in the past or the future. Who's ever taught to live in the present? Who's ever taught that right now is the most beautiful fucking thing ever? Every single breath that you take, where is this taught? Everything you're taught is to consume, to disconnect, to worry about what happens when you die, to have war, to try to claim things as your own. I mean, we live on a giant rock and we have invisible lines drawn through it, and we kill one another for the resources on it. That's fucking hell. We put crazy images and lies on TV that we call the news and perpetuate fear, super low vibrations, fear, anger, grief. These are the lowest vibrations that exist, and fear is always being perpetuated at you, even by that same belief system that was trying to teach you ascension. It was instilling fear in you. It was lowering your frequency. It was dimming your light. It was making you have a disconnect from your own light. It was sending you the wrong path. When you realize that you are perfect, and that you are that duplication of God, there's nothing to fear. When you realize this is all really fake, this doesn't exist. This is like a video game. This is like listening to a radio station. When I turn off my radio station, I don't die. So guess what? When we turn off this radio station that we're playing right here, or the other reference I like to refer to, when we quit playing this video game, there's no end. Our true selves is watching us. We are watching ourselves. We are the watcher of the game that you call life. That's because you are God. And so all this is just a beautiful expression with multiple beautiful expressions of that same thing, but it's just an expression. The true essence is within. Everything you think expresses that in the hologram. It expresses that with the frequency that you emit with your thought. All you see is frequencies. All you are is a frequency. All your thoughts are frequencies. All your actions are frequencies moving. All your words are frequencies. So, with that thought frequency, you change the C frequency that you see this video game. And so, over the last 100 years, the frequency has been increasing. Pachamama, Gaia, Mother Earth, has been raising her frequency. Our reincarnated selves have been coming in at higher vibratory statuses since birth. Waves have came vibrating at higher frequencies so that we could come to this point which the elders and the ancients pointed at 2012 as a focal point to crossing the line into a new era. And so we're in the new era. The frequencies are higher. You ever seen the show? Names called Higher Frequencies. If you start digging into science, you're going to start hearing this word, frequencies, vibrations, higher frequencies, higher vibrations. Because that is the fabric. The fabric is beautiful, high, magnificent, loving, feeling, frequency, vibration. That is God in the center of all creation, or the highest realm, or the highest dimension, or whatever kind of dimensional 3D, whatever belief system term I can throw at you. Some things are just hard to explain with the belief system called language. The belief system of the human game. To play the human game, you can't know what you came for. Oh, guess what? If you want to play the game with all of us, you gotta learn language. That's a belief system. That's the beginning of a possible journey in hell. And so, like when a little newborn baby is born, like for the first year, they possess like that prime creator love, one source frequency. And then our belief systems start to change that frequency. The food, the language, the environment, all of that starts to disconnect, or not, it starts to lower that one source frequency. So that's why people are so attracted to newborn babies. They're just so cute, and you just want to be around one. You just want to touch it. If Prime Creator or God was right here in front of you, guess what? You're gonna be the same way. You'll be like, you want to see him, you want to touch him, you want to hold him, you want to hug him. It. God is not a he or a she. I don't even think I like the word goddesses anymore. Me and Alex was talking about it earlier. If we're going to use the word God, we just have to use the word God, but not think of it as a male. Because if we say God and try to say that it doesn't possess a sex, and then we say goddess, then we're pertaining to a female god, and so therefore we're giving God a sex, which is part of the duality belief system. Your light does not pertain a gender. God does not pertain a gender. One source frequency does not have a gender, it's a frequency. This is a meat suit light container. This is an avatar. This is a magical combination of frequencies. Ta-da! This whole existence is an accumulation of frequencies. Your body is a unique form of frequencies. Everything you see, you touch, is just unique forms of expression of frequency. The creation frequency, which you possess inside yourself. And guess what? Most everything you see around you, somebody has directly created. The only thing that humans can't say that they've actually created is the nature that already exists. But other than that, how can you not see that you are creators? Everything you see was created out of a thought into a physical reality. They have a word for that. It's called manifesting. Very thankful. But it's a whole lot slower process, because being babes in the process and not knowing that you're manifestors, considering we've been manifesting hell, is a good thing that we haven't stepped into our instant manifestation capabilities. You know, if you're watching TV and you see an elephant on TV, and you're like, man, I'd like to have an elephant. You'd be like, you know, fucking elephant like crashes through your table. That wouldn't be a good thing. That's the power you possess. That's the true power you possess. But you can't attain those frequencies until you're ready to attain those frequencies, thank goodness. So, everybody, let's help one another raise each other's frequencies by spreading the love frequency, the compassion frequency. When you have it, you can feel it. You can feel it in your chest. People around you can feel it. You will attract people by expression of this frequency. You automatically attract people with your frequency without even knowing it. Most of the time, people who are not even very knowledge of their empathy, you know, they sense when people are mad and they don't want to be around them, or depressed. You know, people naturally will catch someone's resonance of their frequency, catch their vibration of when they're in a bad mood, or and stray from them. And then people with high vibrations or high frequencies, people that are always happy-go-lucky with a big smile on their face, people are attracted to them. They're attracted to their frequency and they don't even realize it. And so living in hell is not knowing the power of frequencies, the power of vibrations, the power that you possess of creating the reality that we all experience together at this time. We've created this reality. And now we're creating a new beautiful reality. So, hell does not exist. And we are in the process of making hell non-existent in people's state of mind. And then hopefully we will spawn a generation where the word doesn't even exist. So fear is hell, anger is hell, sorrow is hell, guilt is hell. Thinking this is the only experience you will ever experience is hell. Trying to attain the American dream is hell. Getting up and going to work and wasting your life energy and for a piece of paper is hell. Killing your neighbors for their resources is hell. Not loving the expression of God is hell, which is your friend, your neighbors, your actual geographical neighbors, your brothers and sisters, the people you went to school with, everybody you ever met. Hell is not realizing that is an expression of God, and that you are that same expression of God, of that one source frequency. And realizing that your thoughts can affect that person's frequency. And then perpetuating in large gatherings where we're all even more powerful, where you're uniting frequencies to the one source frequency is where we attain even more power to manipulate the hologram. And so the power in belief systems has manipulated the hologram a lot through the past, through the old paradigm. But now the frequency inherent, the truth is already inside of you, so it's coming out. You're getting it in your sleep. You already know that the life you live is basically hell. People are feeling this. They know this. They know what they see on TV is hell. They know that we're killing people overseas is hell. They feel this because they are all knowing. The frequency is rising. They're recalibrating, they're attaining their knowledge forcibly within subconsciously. And so they're realizing something's amiss, something's astray, something's not fucking right here. I know there's more to this than what I've been told. I know there's more to this than what the hell I'm doing right now. Everybody knows that. Everybody feels that. So everybody is ready and feeling the redemption from hell. It's time to get up at that shit. It's time to get out of hell. And getting out of hell is connecting with your one source frequency inside of yourself and trying to raise your vibration with controlling your thoughts. Because consciousness is kind of like the vibration of everything. And so your thoughts is like everybody's thoughts. You're the spam blocker. Sometimes you create your frequency yourself. Sometimes you're picking it up off of something else and not even realizing it. So thoughts come in your head, you have to realize, try to connect with a light inside yourself and try to feel the frequency of your thoughts inside of yourself. And so when you're having a bad thought, feel the frequency of that thought. Feel the reaction on the water in your body, or feel the reaction in your gut, your solar plexus. And you're basically feeling the frequency of that thought. And so you know whether you like that shit or not. So find out. Either fix that shit. That's what you need to do, is fix that shit. But realizing that that thought is that frequency, and realizing that that thought and that feeling that's inside of you is radiating out of you. And so one of my favorite terms is love or above as a frequency. I want to vibrate at love and above always. I want to emit the frequency of love always, and then beyond. And that will affect everything around me and everyone around me. And that inevitably will change the world. You change the world by changing yourself. You redeem yourself from hell. No one else can save you from hell but yourself. There's a reference in there from the Bible, but I can't remember it. It's a metaphor, because the Bible is a metaphor. So the only way to redeem yourself from hell is through your own salvation. Saving yourself from your fucking belief systems. Realizing the light is within inside yourself. That is how you redeem yourself from hell. Realizing that you attain the power. And so when you feel that fear frequency, that fear thought by watching that TV program, or that person, or driving by a place, or a song, these are all frequencies that's being thrown at you. Once you attune to your inner frequency, you will understand and feel all the frequencies around you. And then you get to choose and pick the frequencies that you want to be around, or the frequencies that you want to affect you, which is including your own thought, because you want to be selective of your frequency, because it's manipulating your reality. And not knowing that is going to perpetuate hell. Living in those anxious thoughts is going to perpetuate hell in your life. Living in those past thoughts is going to perpetuate hell in your life. Worrying about being disconnected from God or anything is going to perpetuate hell. You're never alone. You are always being guided by other frequencies. We can label them as guides, angels, past relatives, whatever you would like to label them, but they're frequencies. They're just frequencies that you can't see, but they're around you to be there whenever you need assistance with your frequency. Whenever you when you need guidance, you can call upon that frequency to help you and guide you as you clear your thoughts and try to connect with the one source frequency within inside yourself. So you're, like I said before, you're quantum time travelers. You are everything. So if you are everything, then you can experience everything. Considering you are everything, you are experiencing everything right now. but you are only attuned into this frequency, this radio station. But it is just one of many. And so you can escape from hell and start to attune to your inner light, to your one source frequency. You are going to manipulate everything by doing that. You're going to manipulate the world around you. You're going to manipulate the people around you. You're going to manipulate the future and the past, because they're existing right now. And so it's like a ripple effect. You are a drop of water in the body of consciousness, which is the ocean. But one drop ripples out. So be the drop that you are. Connect to your consciousness and raise your vibration to a higher frequency and let it ripple out and touch other people. And before you know it, it's going to be raining higher frequencies. And there's going to be ripples all across the universe. So, let's help one another escape from hell. You know? Let's try to exist in the now. Let's try not to worry about tomorrow. Let's try not to worry about yesterday. Let's forgive ourselves for not realizing that we are so powerful. So forgive yourself. You can't punish a baby for taking a deuce in his diaper. So, yeah, that's kind of what you've been doing for the past 1,000 years, guys. We've been spiritual babies, and we've been taking deuces in our frequency diapers. So it's time to grow up. It's plain and simple. You will escape from hell when you put your big boy spiritual pants on. You will escape from hell when you realize that everything is a lie. Everything you've been taught, every fucking thing you've been taught is a lie. So the future smart man will not be the dummies who've been taught bullshit in public. The BS is part of the and realizes who and what he can take inside himself. That will be the most brilliant man. Smartest people on the plains will be the one who let go of the reins of all of the past and realize that it was all just happened. Of hell. Satan because I like to have a little more knowledge on the actual words and where they come from and all that stuff. I know sorry about that, guys. Where was that? Sorry, stopped recording. I was making sure everything else going kosher. Except for me remembering where I was, that didn't go too kosher. So yeah, we're gonna escape hell by redeeming ourselves, by remembering what we are, and we're gonna raise humanity out of the pits of hell and into the new golden age that the Mayans talked about. We're going to raise the frequency as Gaia, Pachamama, Mother Earth, and the plants and the trees and everything is increasing frequencies, including ourselves. And so feel the frequency of your thoughts and how it manipulates the feeling inside of your body. And learn to control the thoughts that are going in and out of your mind. And feeling the thoughts is going to help you attain that spam block of, oh shit, oh man, this thought made me feel this way. So you are the spam blocker of consciousness, which is all thoughts. And you're connected to that one source frequency of consciousness, and so there's still parts of that consciousness and thoughts that are coming through that you have to grab a hold of the horns and make your own frequency, and try to attain the feeling of the thoughts, and then controlling them and finding the root of the thoughts and the frequencies that you don't like. Sorry, I was thirsty as shit. Well, let's see if we got any questions. Probably gonna wrap this episode up. Anybody got any thoughts, comments, questions? Alright guys, appreciate you joining me tonight to hear my thoughts on what hell is. You guys can check us out on Facebook at Facebook.com/higherfrequenciesnc. You can catch all of our episodes on video there. You can catch our videos on YouTube, all the episodes. You can catch all, which is Higher Frequencies on YouTube. You can catch all the episodes on our website in audio only format and on video at higherfrequencies5d.com. You can stream random episodes that play 24/7 on higherfrequenciesradio.com. You can listen to us on iTunes at Higher Frequencies. I think there's only about 10 episodes at a time on there. And you can also catch us on Google Play.